My name is Spencer, and today I'm going to be taking a look at The Amazing Spider-Man 31 through 33, or also known as If This Be My Destiny. I'm going to say that this is the greatest Spider-Man story of all time. Sure, the first issue, issue 31 here, is a bit slow. I will grant that, because this sets up the subsequent two issues. But I believe that this is the greatest Spider-Man story ever told. If you don't know, this has been adapted a few times. In Spider-Man Homecoming, Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure Ultimate Spider-Man had adapted this. Let's get into it. We have art by Steve Ditko. Obviously, writing by Stan Lee is still happening at this point. And we have the Master Planners gang. That's what these fellows are. They're stealing various radioactive material. Spider-Man, he thwarts them a few times, but for Spider-Man, you start to see a spiral of dealing with this Master Planner gang. You have Aunt May falling ill, Peter starting college, him getting no sleep, um, his aunt getting worse. Doc Ock is attacking more places. He's getting crap from everyone that he knows. The bills are coming due. He has no way to earn money. And so you see thing after thing after thing stack on Peter, time and again. And you see him absolutely flip out here, just because he thinks that he's gonna betray his aunt and his uncle. He already feels guilty for his uncle dying, which was by all accounts his fault. So Peter ends up figuring out that this experimental isotope can actually help Aunt May recover, and that is stolen by Doc Ock, which sets up the final confrontation in ASM 33. He's tired, he hasn't slept for multiple days, he's found the Master Planner's hideout, and he confronts him. He confronts Doc Ock, and skip to the end here. They have this violent confrontation where Peter's just trying to get things done. He's a man possessed. He's obviously, if you don't know, Doc Ock stole the isotope that Peter needs to save Aunt May. And Peter fights like a man possessed. Like, he, he needs it. He desperately needs it to save his aunt. And he ends up creating almost his own doom, where all the supports start collapsing and he's trapped under the isotope just out of reach and water pouring down. So he has all of this hanging over his head. And we finally get to Peter's greatest triumph. I failed. Just now, when it counted the most, I failed. But I can't give up. I must keep trying. I must. I've got to try to free myself, no matter how impossible it seems. Now, Peter, he's haunted by, the possible death of Aunt May and his actual death of Uncle Ben. And then, instead of giving up, Peter overcomes this insurmountable odd. Just inspirational, and the catharsis of, I did it, I'm free. He's hurt, but he's able to get the isotope, and he goes on to, because I won't show you everything in these three issues, but he goes on to synthesize the formula. Doc Ock goes free, of course, but he makes money at the Bugle selling the pictures of the Master Planner's gang being apprehended and that sort of deal. But this story about perseverance and overcoming odds. He's Spider-Man is. I mean, this is pure Spider-Man. I get kind of a little emotional thinking about this because this is everything it means to be a hero. The art by Steve Ditko. I mean, it's it's dated, sure, but I've always loved how Ditko was able to express these great triumphs. Like the hands there. There are a few other times too. Kier, the acting from all the figures too is something that I quite like. Yeah, it's the other thing I wanted to point out too is especially in this issue, we go up a little bit, gets a fairly standard grid, but I think especially like here, having the isotope in the foreground um, and Peter in the background, it shows just how far away it really is. And then you have these panels where it's kind of causing claustrophobia of how stuck he really is. And then, as you see, because it's hard to tell with digital too, but he's stuck, he's really condensed, and he's starting to get free. The panels become larger and larger and larger. He's almost free, and the full page. He's free. He's able to escape. I mean, this is art in comic book form. And yeah, there's this 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 story. It's not one solid triumph. It's Peter enduring, and that's what he is. A hero endures. He perseveres no matter what, tackling every odd that comes at him. Peter, he's constantly struggling, but he always finds a way to push past his limit to endure. And I think that's something that a lot of people, um, especially at this time of year, that they struggle with. Um, there's been quite a few deaths, and uh, this time of year really makes people reflect on their lives and what they do, what they've done. Um, and for those of you that do watch, if you've made it this far, I every man, woman, and child, they come upon a breaking point, a moment in time where there's too much for them to handle. And I want you to know that I mean this is the Christmas story of Jesus can handle your struggles for you. It's not going to make them go away. It never does. But I hope that you'd pray to find Jesus in your heart, that it's never too late to persevere, to move past what you're going through. Um, and that's something where I feel like this comic, amongst so many others, really I think of this comic every Christmas. Everyone has these high aspirations for the beginning of the year in January, and they reach the end of the year in November and December. And did you make it through? And the thing is, well, this is the most joyous time of the year. A lot of people, it's lonely. Peter here, he's got people around him, but he's pushing them away. And I'm hoping that if you're in that situation, reach out to someone around you. Go to your local church and reach out to them. Jesus, God want to know you. They want to personally know you. That's something that I think about when I read this comic every year around this time. All right. Uh, thank you for listening.